Charlamagne the God says Biden has never been a good candidate, was elected due to unfortunate events. Charlamagne asserted that Biden's dismal polling is due to how he's never been a good candidate and was elected for, a series of unfortunate events. Charlamagne expresses concerns about Biden's messaging and his ability to inspire voters, saying their messaging sucks, even though they have accomplished some good things while they've been in the White House. Nobody knows that. Nobody wants Nobody want to party with Joe Biden. He's just not inspiring in any way, shape, or form. Maybe he needs to find a little bit of that Obama, Bill Clinton energy to inspire. He's not going to find it, guys.
No.
Charlamagne emphasized the importance of presidential candidates addressing issues related to upwardly mobility, saying, how can you put money in people's pockets? Because that, gives people a sense of security. And that is what the candidates should be focusing on. If all of a sudden the Dems did flip in August and they put a Newsom Michelle combination, do you know what mainstream media would do with that? CNN, what Jimmy Fallon, Colbert, all these podcasts, the Oprah Winfrey, the NBA, LeBron.
Forget it.
Do you know what Taylor Swift, do you know what these guys would be doing? It would be bonkers. By the way, if it is Michelle and Newsom, it's going to be a dogfight. If it is Michelle and Newsom, it's going to be a dogfight. And in that, okay, let me ask this question. The little chance that you don't think it's going to be Biden, what's your chance? 1%? 5%?
No, it's higher than that.
Okay.
I'm in 0% defending Joe Biden as a good candidate. I think he's a freaking disaster. But I think they're ready for the disaster.
What do you think is the percentage of it being somebody else than him?
10%.
Okay, that's 10%. Of the 10% that you believe, what are the chances that the new president VP candidate, one of them is going to be a female?
Oh, yeah. Very, 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 very high. 99%.
Okay. What are the chances one of the two is going to be black?
Yeah. Higher than the 99%. Yeah.
Then
correct.
Who's left?
Yeah, that's a great point.
You got Kamala, you got Michelle.
Okay, perfect. So now we have Michelle. And who's a better option, Michelle or Kamala?
It's not even close.
It's not even
Michelle.
close. So if it's a president that they replace Obama with, who would that person be that's at the top? So you got Newsom. Some people flirted with the name Mark Cuban. That's why Mark sold his team and da-da-da-da-da. And okay, so say it is a Newsom and a Michelle. Okay, on the Trump side, how important is it for Trump to choose a VP that's a female?
Somewhat important, not overly important.
Give me the percentage.
In terms of importance?
The percentage chances of Trump choosing a female as a VP.
30%.
60%.
Oh, you're putting that high.
I put 30.
I say better than average.
Tom, where are you at with Tom's his VP being a female?
I think it's a 25% chance that he will, but it's a 75% chance that he should.
Oh, interesting answer. Okay, fair. Then if that's the case, who are the candidates? Stefanik, female. Tulsi, female, right?
Lake, maybe.
Carrie Lake.
Both very capable.
My girl up in South
Tulsi
Dakota.
Gabbard.
Yeah, my challenge is...
What's my girl again?
I think my challenge with choosing a VP is somebody that's very much like you. Okay, if you choose a VP that's like you. Yeah, Christine from South Dakota, right? It's too much like you. If it's like you, then there has to be an element of that person being different than you to be able to compete. But if it is a Newsom Michelle and it's a Trump whoever, oh my gosh.
Gloves off.
Every day is going to be a fight.
Yep.
Every day from August, September, October, November, that 3 months, it's not even 3 months, it's 2.5 months. Those 2.5 months, every single day is going to be a fight.
I'm with you 100%, and I'm not trying to argue with Adam and Vinny on the previous point. I'm just pointing out that when the Department of effing Justice validates the laptop, it's basically you're validating demonstrably impeachable evidence. So let's say they rigged the election and Biden wins, the anger that will be on the Republican side, and they will take this thing and they will shove it up his ass and they will impeach him. That's how
No,
big.
but that's under the assumption that there's stuff in there that is incriminating Joe Biden. There's a lot of stuff to incriminate Hunter. No doubt. That guy's
but the
first-class scumbag. But they have not been able to make anything stick to Joe yet.
Well, they can't because he runs the Department
They haven't started hearings. And there are 4 different groups, Adam, that have started, that have all of the impeachment structures in place. 4 groups of congressmen that are ready to start hearings, but they haven't. And the answer is why, and what are they doing? It has to do with the election, it has to do with distraction, and it has to do that I don't think they have to.
Well, we know where the impeachment hearings are going nowhere, because the same thing that happened with Trump. If you hold the Senate, if you hold the House, nothing happens.
I'm going to shut up. But yes or no? Does it change things when the Department of Justice validates the contents of the laptop?
Of course it does.
Thank you.
They have to admit it. But then just really
and then
fast.
you have to go down the what now path, not speculating, not conspiracy, but it leads to where it leads me is Joe Biden is done. That's where it leads me. And it's just a matter, I could speculate all day long how. You know what I think. I think it'll be done at the convention. But I'm with Pat. I don't think they have any choice. I don't think they're going to take the L. And I think they're going to put things up. And it is going to be one of the most important and crazy 60 days in American history between August 21st and November.
But just to be clear, do I think they should have made this change a year ago? Yes. Do I think that that Biden is going to be running into a Trump buzzsaw where people are like, yeah, we're going to give Trump another shot, 100%. Do I also think they're going to double down and go down with the ship? Yes.
No.
Wow.
You can't do that because okay. Where are you at with the chance of all of those things you said? The last one.
That they're just going to keep running.
They're going to take
the one thing that you guys have to just keep in mind is that it's not just, hey, switch the candidates. It's all the dirty work behind the scenes, the grassroots, the campaign, the getting them on the ballots, the infrastructure, the DNC. There's so much stuff behind the scenes that has to happen that it's just not just like, all right, Biden, you're out, Gavin, you're in, Michelle, you're in. There's so much stuff going on behind the scenes. And we'd be hearing stories coming from the DNC. We'd be hearing stories coming from the call coming inside the House saying, oh, yeah, they're already setting stuff up, bro. They're already happening. None of those stories are coming out yet.
Listen, let's just assume, Adam, that they don't have to announce nothing because we know that these cats are disgustingly dirty tricksters. The left they'll stop at nothing to win and keep that power, border, everything like that. Who knows, even if they were going to have an election. Let's say, God forbid, there's a power outage with all the leave the world behind, speaking of the Obamas. But let's go back to Charlamagne the God. We know that he's never been a good candidate talking about Biden. What are you talking about, Charlamagne? You were kissing his ass on your podcast, and he, a white guy in front of you, said, if you have a problem deciding whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. And you didn't say shit. Okay, so I don't play that bullshit now. Now all of a sudden everybody's coming back to oh no, we never thought. Yes, you did, bro. You were kissing his ass. Number one. Number two, Adam, great point about Michelle and the voting block for if Michelle runs. And that was a great point on your show when we were asking, you asked the panel, and they were all girls, but a couple of them were African-American girls. And you're like, best president ever? What did they say? Every single black person went, well, I have to check the box. And Barack Obama, what did he do? Well, I don't know, but I have to vote for him because why? No qualifications, no nothing. What makes Michelle Obama? I mean, I guarantee you, it'd be a fight. What makes her a good candidate? What? Because she was the wife of a president?
That's why I'm like, what has she ever fucking done?
But guess what though? If people
next thing you know, we're voting for Melania Trump next time around. What is happening right now?
But that's my point, Adam. Ready for this? They're gonna go demon, devil, Satan, Hitler, orange guys coming back, or Michelle Obama. That's the safe, cool, America just, they want to get coddled and they want to be nice, even though they're going to get screwed in the ass. I am not
voting for a Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris ticket, and I doubt most Americans would.
All right, then the question, though, how loyal are you to your party if you are a Democrat?
I'm a registered independent. I'm a registered independent.
But if would you sit it out, or would you vote for Trump or Michelle if it came down to those two votes?
I would not vote for Michelle Obama.
So would you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
I love you. Let's go, Adam.
By the way,
that's America right there, baby.
Yeah, and when you're saying that, by the way, this was a monumental moment hearing this guy here.
I love him.
You would vote for Trump,
and that's a great thing about.
But I think a lot of people are basically waking up.
I think he's right. By the way, you remember this, Vinny. One thing you never do in a world of competition, and there's no game, no competitive sport that's more deceptive and dark and manipulative than this game.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does this mean? If there's any game that there's competition, never underestimate opponent. And this one is the most deceptive one. You definitely cannot underestimate who these people are. Michelle Obama, I know you're like, wow, who is she? What has she done in her life? Okay, she went to a great school. She went to Princeton, and she graduated in 1981, graduating cum laude, okay, in 85, with a 99-page senior thesis titled Princeton's Educated Blacks and Black Community. I mean, this is like a fully qualified person for this. She majored in sociology, minored in African American studies, okay?
She had a double major in DEI.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole different story. Then she continues and gets her law license, okay? And she actually, when they were running, I don't know why I remember this, she was making very good income. Out of the tax, I remember that. I thought she was making $150K a year. In 2006, he ran 2 years later. When they did their annual salary, couples tax returns in 2006, her salary in 2006 was $273,000 a year, okay? And he was making $157,000. She was making $120,000 more per year than him, which many would say she's more qualified to run than he is, okay? So this is not somebody that, and on top of that, very well-spoken, incredible campaigner. When she would go up there and, do what she did with the speeches and all that, she got the votes. You cannot underestimate the power of Michelle Obama and the game she's going to bring.
And the average person, Pat, like everything that you wrote, the average person in here, out there, they don't know that. It's just Michelle Obama. Because as we're learning right now, Pat, Biden is not making a single decision. So it's because you know who they're saying is running the White House right now? Barack Obama. Okay, let's be honest. And he even said it. He said it in an interview, and he goes, listen, if there was some type of way that I could, get on an earpiece, and he admits what he's doing. He's in charge. Hillary's in charge. A couple of other big names, because when Joe Biden says, and I quote, I can't say anything because they said that I can't. That's the they. Everybody's always wondering who's the they. Michelle, and I agree with you 100%. I'm not underestimating her, but what I'm saying is nobody knows about any of those qualifications. Yeah. She's the best pick because she's what America would be like.
I don't know, Vin.
What do you mean?
No. By the way, her book sold nearly 20 million copies. Again, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying she is formidable. And if you get Michelle, guess who you get automatically with Michelle?
Barack.
You get Barack.
Of course.
And then if you get Newsom, who else do you get with Newsom? You get all the people that are the establishment side back in the family, Pelosi. Listen, Newsom, Michelle, I guarantee you on the inside of Trump's camp, they know. Like if I'm playing, like how you're playing, you're going through playoffs and you're like, okay, first round we're going to take these guys that we're going to win 4-2. Okay, let's just try to sweep these guys, but it's probably going to be 4-2. And I'm talking NBA. Football, there's luck involved. Basketball, there's not a lot of luck involved. The best team typically in the sports,
7 games.
Yeah, 7 games. So typically the best team in basketball typically wins. Not all the time, but typically wins. In football, that's not the case. Any given Sunday.
Hail Marys.
Right.
Yeah, you never know.
So I guarantee on the inside, they have to look at the matchups. So while they're picking and choosing, they have to. This is why I don't think it's good to choose the VP too early. I think let's wait for the matchups. Let's see who the matchups are. Hang tight, okay? You would much rather have them pick their candidates than yours.
Yeah.
And someone on the inside is going to leak information on the left. They're going to.
But
it's going to happen when they leak it. And when that leak happens, then you have to pivot and have the right team on your side.
Let me just give one perspective because, just how you just laid out how Trump and his team are basically strategizing what's going to happen. So is the DNC. And what they're basically saying to Biden is like, your only chance is against Trump. Because if somehow DeSantis, who just dropped out, is in this race, or even if it's Nikki Haley, all the polling says that they would wipe your ass off the map because they're young, they're vibrant. Your only chance is to go after Mr. Anti-Democracy, January 6th, Donald Trump. That's why the election is even remotely close at this point. So the DNC is basically saying the only way we're parading or propping up Joe Biden is against Trump. Now, I still think based on polling, at least in the battleground states, Trump is likely to win. He's the favorite at this point. But they're more excited about Trump than a Nikki Haley or a DeSantis.
In the middle of your kerfuffle here.
Kerfuffle? I love that.
You guys were saying what stories are coming out, what stories are coming out. This story isn't coming out. There's no story about who's going to be it. It's completely suppressed and it's completely quiet and it's completely behind closed doors. All you have to do is look at what stories are coming out. And what's coming out? Obama, the leaks that Obama talked to him, the laptop things. Just look at the stories that are coming out in unison, not from secondary sources, not from The Hill, not from Politico, not from Fox, but from the mainstream media. Look at those stories and just connect those dots.
Well, guess what? And here's my thing. If you like crime, if you really love inflation, if you love an open border and people shitting and pissing outside your door.
If you like a cup of urine on the front porch.
And if you love homelessness,
move to New York.
Keep voting. No, keep voting for Democrats because that's what they want. It won't stop with Michelle. It definitely won't stop with Gavin Newsom because he has a shitty track record. That's what you vote for. But people, like you said, from circling back, they go off emotion. They'll be like, oh, it's Michelle Obama. What could go wrong? Nothing is going to change, as Barack says. So, connect me if you guys want to talk about it.
All right.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.